What's up, DBs? Coach D Magic here, former D1 defensive back. We're here to break down Jermod Mccoy. He is currently ranked the second highest by Pro Football Focus in the college football playoff, the 12-team playoff, and he's arguably the best corner in the playoff. To put this in perspective, Jahdae Barron, who has a ranking of 90.2 by Pro Football Focus, he also happens to be the Jim Thorpe Award winner, which is the highest or the best DB in college football. So he has a 90.2. Jermod Mccoy has an 89.1, I think. So he's basically 1 point under the Jim Thorpe Award winner for this past season. And I honestly, based on watching both of their films, if I'm a coach, I think I'm leaning more towards Jermod Mccoy because of the press man factor. So let's go over the press man techniques and all the other plays he's making. He makes a ton of plays against high-level competition. This is a really good press rep. When you're in press man, your ability to stay square, your ability to have your first step be lateral. In a perfect world, our first two steps are lateral. Why? Because it widens the release. All right. So if you can widen the release, if you can get the receiver to run a long release outside, long release inside, it allows us to dominate position and it forces the quarterback to be a lot more accurate. So he's going to go with the kick slide. All right. Watch his feet. Kick on the outside release is all we need to widen his release, keep us on top, keep us square. Now, because we have that top position, we can comfortably get in phase, stay on top, or remain in his hip pocket and get our eyes back for the ball. So a lot of coaches teach this and a lot of DBs just feel more comfortable. So for instance, if you're on top of a vertical release, a lot of quarterbacks are going to naturally back shoulder that. And then a lot of times, DBs just feel more comfortable playing chest to chest. So at the end of the day, the moral of the story is this is all done at the line of scrimmage. Kick to remain on top so we don't feel like we're in chase mode. We can comfortably get chest to chest. And look at the play he makes on the ball. Gets his hand on the ball, high points the ball, and has the concentration to turn and make an interception from his back. It's a crazy play, all right? I don't see too many DBs making this play, period. Great play by him. Now on this next play, all right, we get just a normal slant, all right. I think that based on our divider rules, I would be inside leverage. So if the ball's on the boundary hash, we're to the field, right around here is where our divider would be, meaning that if he's outside of this, we would be inside leverage. So watch his footwork again. Small outside step. All right. It's a lateral step. Now we can kick slide, remain on top of the release again. All right. And now we can play the high shoulder of the slant. All right. So the whole goal to press man is to be able to stay square, which he does. Step, kick, pure step technique. Make sure you go get our DB Mastery program because we have this technique in it. So if you want to learn literally the exact technique that he's using in his press man, go grab our DB Mastery program, over 100 DB drills to make sure you're elite and you're ready for the next level. Outside step, kick step, remain on top of the high shoulder. Now we can play the ball. Great play by him. Watch his feet. Lateral step, pure step, patient step, read step, kick step, all right? We widen that release, make the receiver run that V, okay? Or make them, what do you call it, a bow out. So like a bow and arrow, not like the actual arrow, but the bow of it, all right? He's bowing here, a bowed release, or make him run the V. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is he cannot run vertical. We have to widen that release inside or widen that release outside, regardless of which way he chooses. Lateral step, kick step. All right. He has to run, or he has to run away from us towards the sideline. So even though we punch, we don't connect. But again, you don't always have to make contact to affect the release. All right. We widen him with our footwork. And if he wasn't running from us, we would make contact. Once we get close to the sideline, we can start being a judge of where the receiver is, where we are. You want to keep your eyes on the receiver for at least the first 10 to 15 yards because it could be a comeback. Good job just squeezing this. The ball's in the most accurate, but it's minimal space. Here we are again in the boundary. The receiver's at the top of the numbers. I suggest being outside shade. And watch his footwork again. Watch his lateral step. Takes a lateral step with his outside foot. And the reason why I call this a patient step is you see how the receiver is faking inside, okay? So when we already have a predetermined step, no matter what he does, we're telling ourselves we're going to stay square. So that's why I like this technique. No matter what he does, our first step is going to be lateral, which helps us make sure that we stay square as we read the release. So as we take our small mandatory outside step, now we can take a small inside step. We're still at the line of scrimmage. We're still square with him. Now when he releases, we can kick step and remain on top. And when you're on top, you're near the sideline. He anticipates the back shoulder. Quarterback throws the back shoulder, and we're more prepared for the back shoulder than the receiver. All right. So that's why I say a lot of guys are playing chest to chest when they're on top of the fade because quarterback's going to throw the back shoulder. And look, we almost make a play on the back shoulder. The receiver's not even ready. So we're more ready for it than him. Guys, Georgia doesn't have the best receivers, but it's Georgia. People feel like they're going to win the national championship. And he's pressing everybody. Again, watch his technique. Lateral step, kick step, offhand punch. We stay on top, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. When we're on top, anticipate the back shoulder. We widen him to the sideline. Even though it's an over the shoulder, all right, we're still squeezing him to that sideline. Make sure you go to the DB Mastery program. I'll put the link in the description so you can get this technique. I have tons of drills for it, explain it, film study, NFL guys doing it. Don't miss out on this, guys. So on this play, I really liked his comfort in transition. So we're an off man, we're bailing, we're inside, we have vision on the quarterback. As soon as that quarterback pulls it, all right, where is the receiver? The receiver is still on a vertical stem and he's outside trying to attack our blind spot. He's going to speed turn once he feels the receiver kind of leave his vision. All right, so you can feel him, but when you have a helmet on, you can't really see him once he at a certain point right here. So he's with eyes on the quarterback. He can read the trajectory of the quarterback. Quarterback's shoulders are pointed, towards you, towards the sideline, probably at an incline. So his lead shoulder is high. Now with the, couple that with he's in our blind spot, speed turn, go find him. All right, we're still on top. We found him. He's still on a vertical stem. Now we can squeeze. All right. And then he gets his head back once we're comfortable and we're able to play the ball in the air against Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams is 17 years old and he's cooking everybody. All right. Great play here. And this, guys, you'll get this a lot in high school. They'll bring their split all the way in so they can do the one-on-one fade. All right, like football's not that complicated at the end of the day. And sometimes the answer is right in your face, but you're overthinking it. You're on the goal line. You're expecting slant fade. All right, if they want to get tricky, you might get a whip. All right, or back line. But we're playing slant fade. Based on where he is tight, very tight to the formation. We're going to be outside leverage. We're going to stay patient. And we're going to play that back shoulder fade, or we're going to play that fade, that goal line fade. Outside patient step, stay square. All right, receiver has his chest in front of us. We're going to throw a hand, get hands on, chest to chest, eyes up. Great play on the ball. Great play on the ball. And like I said, guys, I know he's not the highest ranked according to PFF, but I don't really see too many guys in the college football playoff right now that are consistently pressing guys, staying in there, staying square against high level competition in the SEC. I would love to see what he's doing against what he can do against Ohio State and that freshman Smith. That's going to be a crazy battle right there. All right, off man here, looking at the receiver. Okay, based on where he is, if he remains kind of vertical and starts to angle out to the outside, Could be fade, but right now it's either fade or comeback based on the angle. They're not going to stem towards the sideline and then work back in for any type of dig or any type of slant. So right now, we're opening. He's open a little early. I would love for us to have some tweener footwork. But at the end of the day, I don't know the situation. Situation can dictate it. Down to distance can dictate it. But we understand we're expecting one of two things: a fade or a comeback based on where he is, his vertical stem, and him angling towards the sideline. Boom. He breaks it down. Watch this break. Watch him get out of this break. All right. Great eyes. The DB's I'll say it's a double-edged sword. Eye discipline is a double-edged sword. They could be your greatest weapon or your greatest downfall. All right. Bad eyes will get you beat. Good eyes will help you make plays, especially when we're out of phase. Out of phase means at the break point, we are not near the receiver's hip. There is 3 yards of separation between us and the receiver. There's absolutely no reason why we should be looking back for the ball. A good ball is going to be outside and away. So we have to close space, keep our eyes on the receiver, drive. 1, 2, 3. Takes 3 drive steps. Now we're in hip. Now we're in phase. We can get our eyes back. Man-to-man, expect pass breakups, not interceptions. And we're going to end with this same thing. Look how he gets out of his break and drives. All right, and off-man coverage on the island, literally. All right, 2 yards of separation. He's out of the break before we are, but we drive. On these comebacks, they're going to work back to the ball. So we have to expect to work back for the ball. On these deep comebacks, these deep curls, they're going to work their way back for the ball. So he breaks here and he works back. The receiver is working back literally 7 yards. So if you're already behind in the route and we're staring at the quarterback and the receiver is working back 7 yards, you're never going to make that play. Get out of your break. Drive. Play the hands. Good play. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you go grab that DB Mastery program so you can learn this press technique. You can learn divider rules, when we should be inside, when we should be outside, why, when we should expect back shoulder, when should we look for the ball on a normal fade, speed drills, weight room, everything you need to be an elite DB. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.